Prime John Wall, arguably one of the most underrated players in the 2010s and arguably one of the most underrated point guards yet alone in 2010. An amazing sight to see for NBA fans all around the way, like your boy of course, until the injury. What's good y'all, degenerates? Favorite LeBron hater in the flesh, the one knowing Professor Rants. Now today we're going to be going through the prime of one of my favorite players in 2010s. I mean, an absolute demon, and name of John Wall. With that being said, class in session. Stop scrolling through your text messages. He's not texting you, dickhead. I know, it hurts, boo-hoo, but eyes up here. Anyways, John Wall was selected with the first pick of the 2010 NBA draft, and for obvious reasons. John's ability to finish at will both in transition and in traffic, along with his speed combined with his athleticism, made him an unstoppable force coming into the draft. He was just what Team White House needed. A young, promising guard with athleticism that the Wizards can potentially build around and, do something with. Now, if you watch the Melo video, you know we don't do first 2 years, first 3 years, regarding the fact they're usually boring as hell. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, rookie John Wall was hooping, but y'all ain't come for that. Y'all came for prime John Wall. So I'm gonna give you prime John Wall. Prime John Wall being the 2013-2014 season when John Wall would really start to pick up speed career-wise. This is when John Wall will have a career high of 47 points against the Grizzlies in the regular season. John Wall will finish first in assists and top 10 in steals. Yes, first in assists. And when John Wall will also receive his first All-Star appearance of his career, appearing as a reserve in the 2013-2014 All-Star game. And would be the first ever Wizard to win a dunk contest. Now I know, poverty franchise, but first ever. Give the man his props, give him his chips. And with the help of pieces like Bradley Beal, Trevor Ariza, and Marcin Gortat with rebounds, John Wall and his American squad rack up 44 wins and finish 5th in the Eastern Conference. And the Wizards would completely anal rape my favorite team because, fuck my team. Damn, I missed D-Rose. Anyways, John Wall will average 18 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals in the series. Unfortunately for John Wall and Team USA, this is the same year that Paul George and the rest of his team of tumbleweeds, that being David West, George Hill, Lance Stevenson, and this freak of nature, would face up against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm sorry, Jonathan. The Pacers would sadly beat the Wizards in a competitive 6 games. John Wall will average 14 points, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block in this series, on a 36, 19, and 77 shooting clip, which isn't good, but to be fair, this wasn't his best years postseason wise. Despite having a great team, the team was still lacking true pieces to win an NBA championship, if that wasn't already shown on paper. Nevertheless, John Wall still had an amazing season, but this season wasn't shit compared to the next season I'm about to talk about, the 2014-2015 NBA season. The 2014-2015 NBA season would be almost identical to the previous. Over the summer, Marcin Gortat would get signed to a multi-year deal, which at the time was a very, very smart move, and you'll see why. Team USA will also sign top shitty boy Paul Pierce to a 2-year deal for $11 million, which would give the team some veteran leadership that they were lacking before. But this ain't about Voldemort or shitty boy, this is about John Wall. Now, Team USA would win just 2 games compared to their previous season, with 46 wins in the Eastern Conference, finishing at the top 5 spot. Once again, John Wall will average 17 points, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds this season. Finished top 2 assists, just inches off Chris Paul, that goddamn cosmophobic bitch, and top 10 in steals. And also getting his second consecutive All-Star appearance as a reserve. Hold on, my apologies. I started. The nigga started. Come on, now give the nigga his chips. Man was the first starter since the shooter. The shooter.
You for the shooter. That was contested. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Alright, I stopped. Too far. Okay, let me stop. Due to the great defensive presence of John Wall would make the all-defensive second team, which would lead the Wizards to a defensive rating of 103, finishing top 5 in the league. Him, nigga! With John Wall coming off a great season and Bradley Beal on the side, the DeMar-Kyle Thickums duo in Toronto stood no match against Team USA, as they would sweep them in 4 games, with John Wall dropping a playoff record of 17 assists in Game 2 of the series. Nigga had 17 assists. However, it still wouldn't be enough to really become contenders, as it would fall short to the Al Horford, Kyle Korver, Paul Millsap powerhouse of the Atlanta Hawks in 2015 in just 6 games, as John Wall will fall short to a hand injury that will leave him out for the majority of the series. John Wall will average 17 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, along with 2 blocks along with it in this series on a 40-0-80% shooting clip. Now, if you've been paying attention, you would notice a pattern here. John Wall does great in the regular season. Him and Bradley basically uplift the team to a high seed in the conference. Then by mid-April, they're in Cancun, swim with LeBron James. And this happened time and time again, until this one season where John Wall just got sick and tired of losing. Like, something in the offseason just ignited a fire inside of him. The 2016-2017 2017 NBA season. This is where John Wall would hit a few. John Wall would pass Wes Unseld record for assists in Wizards history with 3,822 in total. Record a career high of 20 assists against Chicago, cause fuck my team, beating his previous 17 assists. Score a career high of 52 points against the Magic, which would eventually turn the 7-13 start in the beginning of the season into a 49-win season. The man would also average a career high of 23 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 4 rebounds a game on a 45-32-80 shooting clip. And it don't stop there. John Wall will continue his rampage and lead the league in steals, finish top 3 in assists, and make the All-NBA third team. Stop playing with this nigga. And once again, John Wall and his compadre would carry Team White House to 49 wins, finishing 4th in the Eastern Conference. Now I know what you're thinking, Professor, what happened next? Quiet, child. Now, this playoff performance, yet alone playoff run, wasn't a lot, but it's definitely something, and arguably one of his best playoff runs I've ever seen in his career. Ever. Let's just say Johnny beat the choker allegations. The Wizards would get their revenge on the Hawks 2 years later in 6 games, with John Wall averaging 29 points, 4 assists, and 10 rebounds with a block and steal on the side, and dropping 42 points, 8 assists with 4 steals and 2 blocks on 64% from field goal in a closeout game 6. If that's not a nigga trying to win a chip, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. But the job wasn't finished. The White House had bigger fish to fry. John Wall and Team White House would face their greatest opponents yet. Yes, bigger than Atlanta. Yes, bigger than Indiana. The Isaiah Thomas-led, first-seeded, racist-ass Boston Celtics. This was John Wall's pivotal point. The next challenge that would lead him closer to the glory he once chased after. The first 2 games, despite how hard John fought, just couldn't get it done, and the Wizards would fall into an 0-2 hole against Boston. But like I said, this nigga John wanted to win, and he wanted to win bad. The Wizards would end up going on a stampede, winning both Game 3 and 4 and blowout victories, with John and Voldemort being the common denominators in the series. Boston would take the pivotal Game 5, which would give them the lead going back to Washington. But Game 6 was no joke, especially for John Wall. The Celtics came in the game having to prove they were a better team, and the Wizards came in the Game 6 having to prove that they are more than just a second round team. The game was a dogfight, ending up down to the wire, with Boston only leading by just 2 points in the 4th quarter with 7 seconds left. The Wizards needed something, and they needed it fast. So John Wall does the unthinkable. Oh, y'all know this shot. 7 seconds left, second round, Game 6. I'ma just play the clip.
Working against Bradley for 3. What a shot!
This series is going to a Game 7, ladies and gentlemen. But sadly, once again, the Wizards will lose in Game 7. I know I hyped it up like they was gonna win. Sorry, not everybody has a good ending. Nope. Oh, boo-hoo, sorry. With John Wall putting up disastrous numbers, it was almost like this nigga fuse just took off. The fuse he had on all season just got put out. And the Celtics would go on to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose to the Cavs, and then the Cavs would go to the Warriors, and whatever, moving on, nobody gives a shit. Despite this, John Wall still had one of his best, if not his best season in his career, and took the team to the farthest they ever been in a while since the shooter. So guess what happened all season? Washington threw that man the bag. 4 years, $170 million. My man was out here getting paid, had a great team, and a promising future. What could go wrong? You know how I told you in the beginning that injuries would get to him? Yeah, they kind of did. Now, if you don't know, as an NBA fan or a sports fan in general, injuries suck ass, and they strike every superstar every now and then. Some people get lucky, and some people just get the short end of the stick. It was John's time for the injury card to hit him, and let's just say it didn't play nice. For the next 2 years, John Wall will be faced with injury after injury, and eventually a career-ending injury in his Achilles in 2019, which I still don't understand how you caught, because let me tell you, I caught it. He caught the injury falling off he fell in the stairs of his own home. What the fuck were you doing to fall in the stairs of your own home? You are still a bum to this day, vets. Oh my goodness, y'all. And after this injury, he left Washington and took his talents to Houston. But coming off an Achilles injury, you're just not the same player. It happened to Kobe, and it would happen to John Wall. It just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same athletic high flyer we all knew and once loved 3 years ago. Sadly, he was washed up Fast forward to the current day, John Wall's on the Los Angeles Clippers, and although we may never see that 2016 John Wall, I feel like he could still make an impact on the Clippers team. Nevertheless though, on to my summary. John Wall was not just this one star you see come and go off the face of the NBA. John was special. From his style to his game, the man gave fans of the team and fans of the game something to watch and another reason to love the game of basketball. Most importantly, the 2010s. And if you saw him play, he will always have a place in your heart. At least you do to mine, John Wall. You just gotta be careful going down the goddamn stairs. With that being said, man, it should be your boy Professor Rand. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think that John just an overall playoff choker, or is this nigga really legit? I think he legit. I feel like if he didn't get injured so goddamn often, and if he was more careful going down the stairs, we would. I'm still mad about that shit. But without being said, man, you know, if you like this video, check out my Carmela video, because you know it's such a hating ass video. With that being said, man, stay sturdy, stay healthy. I love y'all niggas. We on the road to 100 subs. Keep subbing me up, keep liking me up, you know. And we out this bitch.
I feel it. I feel it.